FM in Lake County, California. I'm your hostess, Laureen Lee. I'll be with you for the next hour talking about your holistic health and energy. And I have my good friend Allen Markowski here in the studio with me. Oh, let me give you some microphone, Allen. Go ahead.
Howdy do.
There we go. And Allen is here with me because we've been working on streaming live video from KPFZ here in the studio on my show, and also
Saturday morning.
on Saturday mornings, right?
Yeah.
What's your show, Alan? Go ahead and tell
It's
folks.
not mine, but it's Alvin Duncan, and it's News Behind the News. It's from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Awesome. And so we were streaming live on YouTube, on Quantum Energy Shift channel YouTube. That was pretty cool. But we had a lot of problems with that, so we just keep trying. And so, Alan, where are you streaming live today?
It's up on YouTube. It'll be my channel.
Oh, it is on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you've got one output. You got to have another output.
I have. Well, today is the first day I'm working on streaming it live from Facebook. They have it now where you can do a live stream right on Facebook. So I'm working on that. And my first problem today with doing the live stream is the internet connection here in the studio.
I think we're going to have to
And
increase
so
it.
I've been trying to actually get the stream started on Facebook, and it's dropping the video stream. So
Yeah. It's
it was probably the problem we were having before with the Quantum Energy Shift YouTube channel. So
we're going to have to pay.
yeah, pay extra, get the
Another
get the
reason
super
to become a member and provide us the funds that we're
Right.
going to need to be able to do that. I think Andy's working on it, or the board is working on our ability to be streaming again, at least the audio, and watch it as before, being able to use tunein.com or
Right.
365 Live. So we're off the internet right now, but we're working on that.
Well, we're off the audio live stream,
Yes,
but we
yes.
do have the YouTube channel, which it's on your YouTube channel now. What's that name of that one, Alan?
Allen Markowski, ALLEN space MARKOWSKI, and they'll find my videos that I've uploaded. I've uploaded a number of different people that I filmed, and like yours and Al Duncan's, and I've done Herb Gurr and all sorts of different ones. I'm not any dedicated one for broadcasting one thing week after week. I'm more for helping other people
Yeah.
rather than myself.
Yeah. Well, so a lot of the programmers here are starting to get the live stream video from live in the studio here at KPFZ, so that's pretty cool. And
It's only getting better.
yeah, so we're just we keep trying new stuff and trying to improve the old ways of doing things. And so hopefully at this moment, we should be having the YouTube live stream. You can go onto my YouTube page. This is Facebook live stream. My Facebook page. You just type in facebook.com, and then after the slash, type in love. Laureen, Laureen, and then you should be able to see the live stream, and you can type in your questions and things like that. And as always, you can call into the radio station with your health and energy questions, 707-263-3435. We'd love to take your calls because that makes it fun and interesting for us and for everyone else. And so as some of you know, my name is Laureen Lee. I'm a student at Quantum University, which the long name for it is International Quantum University for Integrative Medicine. I'm studying to be a doctor of natural medicine. I did receive my bachelor's degree there for holistic health, and I'm working on my master's and my PhD right now. So that's happening, and I'm also a student at the Resonance Academy, learning, just strengthening my quantum physics education through the Resonance Academy, which is Nassim Haramein's school that he opened to help teach people about the basically new style or modern physics, and to give you a chance to interact with other people who are interested. And we have live conferences with Nassim, and we get to ask questions of him personally and his staff. And so that's pretty cool. Last year I finished my education at integrative nutrition. So I'm also certified in integrative nutrition, which is kind of a modern nutrition school. And so that's my general background recently. Just so if you're just tuning in, you get an idea, get to know me a little bit better. And if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, I'm getting used to this. If you're on Facebook, welcome. It's so good to see you. And I'm trying to figure out and learn how to chat with you all on here and do all this other multitasking at the same time. It's pretty fun. So if you do have questions, your health questions, you can go ahead and type those in. Mail them to me at quantumenergyshift@yahoo.com. Or call in. It's 707-263-3435. And while we're, and before we get to the questions anyway, unless something comes in right away, I want to talk to you a little bit again about Lyme disease. It is here in Lake County and all over the world. I used to, many years ago, I used to run a nonprofit to help people learn about insect-borne diseases, especially Lyme disease. And so it was cool because I read Natural News. Is that the one you read too, Alan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Almost every day. I check it.
Yeah, they have really good stuff. And they also have a great library of information on their website, naturalnews.com. So they came out with an article at the beginning of the month called Cannabis Kicks Lyme Disease to the Curb. So I want to talk a little bit about this article, and then just Lyme disease in general. We can get your questions answered if you have them. It's such an extensive topic and somewhat controversial, as this article starts off by saying Lyme disease has been controversial for some years. Many medical doctors, medical practitioners misdiagnose it, while several think that it's mental. We have a caller waiting, but I'm just going to continue for a second if you hang in with me. With Lyme disease, there's so many symptoms, so many debilitating, agonizing manifestations that it's often misdiagnosed as multiple sclerosis, chronic fatigue, lupus, or a mental issue. So for me personally, I was bit by a lot of ticks when I was a kid, and I've had all of these misdiagnoses. One of the interesting things with the multiple sclerosis diagnoses is that the Lyme infection can cause the plaques that are multiple sclerosis. And so it's not, sometimes it's a manifestation of Lyme disease more than a misdiagnosis, but if you're only diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, you're kind of missing the underlying situation, possibly, if there's a Lyme situation underneath that. So let me take this caller, and then I'll come back to this. To this article. Aloha, you're on with Laureen.
Hello, this is Squatch.
Hey, Squatch.
I wanted to let you know your video on my end it worked at one point, and then now it's just kind of going back on a loop on. It's like there's something recorded. I don't know if you can get somebody there to look at the Facebook, but I'm watching it on a tablet, and it's just let me see what
Can
it's
you
doing right now.
Can you reload it, Vince, and see if it's better? Because I just started a new stream.
Oh, okay.
The first stream that I started, it wasn't getting a good wireless signal from the radio station's internet, and so I started a new one, and it seems to be streaming now. I have a couple people on.
Okay, cool.
Looking.
Okay, that's cool. It might just be my tablet then.
Yeah, try reloading it and see if you get reload my page and see if you get the new video.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, cool.
Nice. Thank you for checking in, tuning in, and watching.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Bye now. Well, so that's pretty cool. Hopefully we're going to get some questions or, just start to get the hang of like how everything's working in there. It's so cool that we have another opportunity to help people and let people get their health and energy questions answered for free, like how often do you get to do that? And so it's going to be a little bit of practice to see, how things get going. But we have people on watching, which is like really exciting because the more people that we reach, the more people we can help. And that's pretty much why I'm even on this planet right now, is to be at your service. So please tell your friends, if anyone needs any assistance with health or energy questions, please feel free, call us and let us know what's on your mind. That would be really cool. So to get back to the article about, it's called Cannabis Kicks Lyme Disease to the Curb. So we just talked a little bit about how controversial Lyme disease is, how often it's misdiagnosed. And then for just a little tiny bit of background, and this is from the article, Lyme disease is caused by spirochetal bacteria of the Borrelia genus. Spirochetes are composed of about 40% DNA and have double membrane envelopes that make them difficult to trace and kill. So they can be stealth-like. They're apparently able to hide in deep tissue and change shapes to disguise their identities. They're somewhat similar to the bacteria behind syphilis, as Lyme disease affects the nervous system and brain also. Going through the medical system with Lyme disease is like being a ball in an old-fashioned pinball game machine. Being on antibiotics forever is risking serious adverse events, or at least reducing one's immunity to invite all sorts of other complications. All this without a complete cure. But now there's considerable hope with cannabis. So the next section is cannabis Lyme successes. There are two levels of handling Lyme with cannabis: managing symptoms well by smoking marijuana, or completely reversing the disease with cannabis oil. Not many are aware of cannabis oil, pioneered by Rick Simpson a few years ago. Rick has said that most of the healing qualities of cannabis are lost in the smoke. Alexis, diagnosed with late-stage Lyme disease, and is an example of someone handling symptoms without pharmaceuticals by smoking marijuana. She was on antibiotics long enough for her gastrointestinal tract to be damaged and to be hospitalized with hemorrhagic colitis. She was taken off antibiotics and put on several strong pain prescriptions that were barely effective while putting her into lower emotional states. Then she tried smoking marijuana. That routine handled most of her nausea, enabled her to eat well enough to avoid wasting away, helped her sleep better, and eased her pain while elevating her mood. She maintains that marijuana has been the best thing for her Lyme disease. Alexis wrote, "In the hospital, I've needed to have morphine or lorazepam through an IV to accomplish what smoking 2 grams of cannabis does on the comfort of my couch in a fraction of the time." But Alexis is looking for a long-term solution. Some have discovered that solution using cannabis oil for Lyme disease. Cannabis oil is a highly concentrated substance that's extracted and reduced from large amounts of cannabis with a good balance of THC and other cannabinoids. It has become increasingly available in the states that allow medical marijuana, but it's also available underground if you search on the internet. This is the stuff that's been curing cancer lately. Shelley White's Lyme disease was so debilitating that she had endured at least 10 seizures daily for a year and a half. She began smoking marijuana from a pipe and then switched to inhaling it through a vaporizer. Just from that, her seizures had stopped. Then she decided to go to the next level of using cannabis oil. After a month of the oil, she was able to return to work and school. At the time of writing her story, she was happy to announce that she could now move out and live on her own and enjoy a normal social life. An internet radio show called High Noon interviewed a couple of Lyme disease victims who'd been using cannabis oil successfully. Lymies, quote, should look into cannabis since it handles so many ailments associated with Lyme disease. And that concludes the Natural News article. So, it's interesting because, cannabis can be helpful for a lot of symptoms, and there's a lot of different ways that you can do it. You can smoke, of course. You can do some kind of food or like a salad dressing or something with it to where you're eating it or ingesting it. You can use topical solutions, like there's a pain relieving and just all around healing salve that I make. Some of the patients that have tried it named it the balm, which is like a play on the words, which I probably shouldn't have to tell you. The balm, BALM. It's the balm. It's the BOMB. So hey, but if you write to me at quantumenergyshift@yahoo.com or send me a form through my website, which is Laureen LAUREEN Lee LEE.com, I'll send you a recipe for it so that you can make some at home. And there's different levels or different strengths that you can make, and I can totally coach you on that. And that's just a public service, no charge for that, or anything really. You can ask me any health questions through my website or by emailing me. But it's really great to have the topical medicine. And then with the concentrate, which is like the Rick Simpson oil, also known as Apache tears, you can get the medicine that's just the standard medicine with whichever kind of strain of cannabis that you want to use. And then they also have the CBD strains, which are the ones that are less psychoactive and are the ones that they test more for things like curing cancer and other diseases, and maybe the thing that works really well with with Lyme disease. So in my personal story, with Lyme, I did not try the Apache tears. I didn't try the Rick Simpson oil for that, but I have seen people using it for lots of different things and having just amazing successes with it. So I'm definitely an advocate for cannabis as a medicine, and also to help with symptoms and topically. So that's some good stuff that you can try, or at least, do some research or talk to your natural doctor about it, or your cannabis doctor if you have a cannabis doctor. You can go in. A lot of times you can get a free appointment with the cannabis doctor, and then you can, just ask your questions, ask whatever your questions are about cannabis as a medicine, whether or not you get a recommendation to use it as a medicine or not is a separate thing, but it's nice to be able to go in and get your health questions answered, especially specific ones like that. So that's another option, possibility, depending on where you live, what state you live in. It's a different process to be able to have access to cannabis as a medicine. So we have a question from our live stream on Facebook. You can go to facebook.com and after the / type in love, LOVE, and a dot, and then my name, Laureen, LAUREEN. So facebook.com/love.Laureen. And the video you should be able to see the last post that I did is a video, and it is live now. So you can press play, and you'll be right here in the studio with us, with Allen and I, streaming live right here from KPFZ. One of our participants has asked, what are the best herbs and supplements to help liver function? This is a great question because your liver is so important, and you can help strengthen and regrow your liver tissue by using an herb called milk thistle. It's a very powerful liver herb or tonic if you use it in a tincture. You can also use capsules. You can make tea out of the herb. You can make tea out of the herb. So milk thistle's probably the most popular, I would say. Turmeric, add pepper, of course, to help your body absorb it exponentially more than without the pepper. I would say turmeric is a really good one, and it also has so many other good things going for it. It's good for so many other things, basically. So turmeric, and then dandelion root or dandelion. I didn't mean to say dandelion root. I meant to say dandelion. Well, dandelion root too, but like the leaves also. So if you,
Make a good salad.
yeah, well, this is the thing, Alan. If you put it in your salad, like the first time you eat dandelion root and you're going to put it in your salad, what I would do is just chop it up really small because it is so bitter. And some people like that, but not many people like that. And they'll like pick it out and fuss, like, what is this, Well, I'm just trying to help you have a strong liver. Like, why do you have to pick on it, But so I would just chop it up real small. But you can also put it like in your, you can put it in stir fry. Like I put it in stir fry, put it in salads. If I make a recipe that has any kind of greens in it, like beet balls, I made my famous beet ball recipe yesterday, and I chopped up kale real small and put that in there. Like that's a place I would try to hide a little bit of dandelion leaves, But the other thing is you can use a tea, like a dandelion tea, or like a liver tonic tea, which will have the milk thistle, the dandelion, and other things that are like really good for rebuilding, strengthening, and cleansing your liver. And then, I really want to give a shout out to an awesome diet because your liver, it's amazing. Like most people don't think about this. They think about like if I drink too much alcohol, it's going to be hard on my liver, or I can see how my liver's having a problem because I've been doing all this alcohol, right? Well, a big thing about our liver is that it really has a big role in helping us process our food, especially fats. And like if you're eating unhealthy fats, like deep fried stuff, trans fats, these and also like processed junk foods like the cakes and the cookies and the stuff that has these weird oils in it, candy bars, that kind of stuff. Your liver is working overtime, and it has a real hard time. Now it also works with your gallbladder, and some of your other parts, your pancreas. But it's interesting the amount of people that are living without their gallbladders nowadays. It's like, how it used to be a thing to like get your tonsils out, like when we were kids, Alan, like ages ago, or like your appendix. Yeah. Like, oh, we don't need those. Well, actually, our body parts are for a reason. So, I mean, that, I just want to say that. But the gallbladder, I mean, that's kind of a big deal to me. Like, I'd want to have my gallbladder. And so what's happening is we don't realize when we have access to all these foods that aren't what I call superfoods. And I'm going to say my famous line again, which is everything you put in or on your body, it either contributes to wellness or illness. Okay? So if you're not eating superfoods and health foods, what you're eating and drinking could very well be contributing to illness. Okay? So that's a good thing to know.
Yep.
But if you're eating these junk foods and stuff, you might not realize that it could be having a huge impact on your liver. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, we just really don't realize that. We think maybe our stomach, maybe our immune system, maybe our skin, things like that. But it maybe we'll get fat, but to think about how hard it taxes your liver. And then the other thing that's going on, especially in America and a couple of other countries, is the sheer amount of pharmaceutical prescriptions that each person is prescribed. And in general, people are on many, many medicines on the average per person. Like everybody's on all these medicines and has all these prescriptions. Your liver is working so hard to process those medicines and detox the chemicals, the toxins, basically, that are in those medicines. And so if you're taking medicines, if you're drinking alcohol, if you're eating junk food, these are all things that are really going to put a strain on your liver. So I think the first thing to do really is to start taking a lot of milk thistle, dandelion root. You can do the Dandy Blend, which is the kind of a powdered drink that you can add to hot or cold water. And I've talked about it before, but it's so easy to have some every day. And if you do it like therapeutically, you'd have like a couple cups a day. If you do that every single day, drink a lot of water, cut down on the things that are causing the problems, you can actually start to rebuild your health more. So some of the things to look for with the liver are your skin or the whites of your eyes yellowing some. So if you have things like that going on, then that's a good sign that you need to start detoxing and rebuilding, your liver. So thanks for asking that question. That came through our Facebook live stream, which is so exciting because this is our first time ever streaming live on Facebook. And it's not as perfect as I hoped it would be, but it's pretty awesome because it is working.
Yeah, you're able to interact with the people as they chat, huh?
Yeah, I'm able to interact with them, but the funny thing is that it requires more multitasking for me, which I've been doing this show for a little over a year now.
Laureen's really good at it.
And thanks, Allen. And the funny thing is the more ways I try to add so that I can help more people, it's like the more multitasking I'm doing. So I'm getting an email, I'm getting a text, I'm getting a call into the show, I'm getting a chat on the live stream.
I think it's because you're a woman. Most women can multitask.
Oh my
they
gosh.
got kids tugging on their thing and they're carrying on a conversation on the phone and they're vacuuming at the same time, cooking and I think it's
that's so awesome, Allen, because when I used to work for for Dr. Ferreira here in Lake County, he would say that. He would say, women are really great multitaskers.
Right. It starts early.
Yeah. And he wasn't judgmental or anything that you would prejudice or whatever you would call somebody who says women are this and men are that or whatever. He was pretty even. And but he said that. He said, I love to have women working in the office because, they can be taking a call, taking someone's information and telling somebody else what to do, all at the same time.
Right. It's multitasking isn't the best thing to do. It's just because you can only give one thing your full attention, but it's knowing when that this ability comes into need.
Yeah.
And women, I think, have that opportunity because of having brought up children, especially if they've had children. It makes them more one of the tools that they've got. Oh, I need this right now. I need to be able to multitask. And so they're able to divide their attention between all of them. But if something requires the full attention, automatically they go right there. The kid's screaming, something's happened to my child. Everything else drops and they become fully focused.
Nice, yeah. That's awesome. So you know what? I wanted to give a shout out to some folks that joined us on our Facebook live stream today. One is my auntie from Florida.
Oh, wow.
I love her face and all of her guts. And so she's on. That makes me just really proud, a proud human. When you have your mom or your auntie or someone on, you're just like,
They're seeing you grow up.
This is so awesome. I'm gonna because we keep dropping the stream,
Yep,
it
yep,
keeps
I see
dropping.
that.
I'm gonna wait to give a shout out to the other folks so I
Yep.
make sure that we're still on
Yeah, see if we
the
get
live
some phone
stream.
calls here.
Yeah, when it comes back on. Yeah, call us. It's 707-263-3435. It seems like the more stuff we do on the internet, the less people are calling into the studio. Alan, we used to have back-to-back calls people can't get through, and now we have a little bit more quiet time.
Well, there's going to be, I think we're going to have the opportunity because in either case, whether you're able to stream and it's recorded up there, they are being recorded to the computer and they're uploaded within 24 hours. They can watch the program at least by the following day.
On YouTube.
Yes,
Super cool.
We've been doing with Al. I've been working with yours too, so I know I've got everything that's here on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
When the show's over, it says I can upload it right then, and there has been no problem with uploading stuff. So it's always available. Or should
Right,
be
to watch
available,
later.
is to watch it the following day.
That's so super
so
cool.
We'll be able to tell how many people have watched archived during the week, have visited what's been posted online, and it'll give us a lot more feedback here at the station for programmers that are doing that, and a way for the station to see what their viewership is. I mean, things from around the world. You can tell.
Yeah.
You can tell what devices by using the analytics, Google Analytics. You can tell whether people are using their mobile devices, whether it's a tablet or whether it's a phone or whether it's their desktop. So it's really, really cool. And what countries they're calling from.
Cool. It's kind of fun having people like right here in the studio with us, even though we used to be able to do things kind of behind the scenes that we don't do now
Yeah.
because everyone's watching, right? So, well, so real quick,
there's a
because
phone.
we have a third. Yeah, I have them in the
Queue.
Yeah, I have them in the queue. But we have just like another minute or so because Facebook does
yeah, you
the
did the
streaming in 30-minute increments, and so.
KPFZ.
This says that we have just a couple minutes. So to continue my shout outs, besides my beautiful auntie in Florida, Beth, my friend Carter's mom, is watching or listening from Indiana, and it knocked us off again. And Vince Squatch, our friend here in Lake County. And then I'll just leave it at that for now since we're off the air again, and we'll get that back on.
KPFZ.
So for those of you out there listening to 88.1 FM, this is KPFZ in Lake County, California. And for those of you out there in the world watching the streaming video or a recorded video, this is KPFZ 88.1 FM in Lake County. And I'm your hostess, Laureen Lee. I'm here to talk to you about your holistic health and energy and just get your questions answered. Public service, absolutely free. So for yourself, your family members, and your friends, go ahead and give us a call or ask your questions.
Yep, here we go.
Aloha, you're on the air with Laureen.
Hi there.
Hi.
Hi. I had a question regarding the do's and don'ts during menopause, especially for hot flashes and mood swings.
Okay, so, everybody's different, and so it a lot of the times, especially with because it affects your hormones, obviously menopause, is your diet. A lot of times, making small adjustments to your diet can be really helpful. And while I'm a little bit cautious about hormonal replacement treatments, especially if you just randomly take hormones hoping to hit the target, I do think that there is some good stuff in the identical hormone replacement therapy where you actually work together with a doctor or practitioner and you get your hormone levels checked, and then you can get some of your hormones that you need added to your diet through supplements, and that so that's one thing. The other thing is really diet. We got to be so much more careful that we're actually getting all the nutrients that we need in our diet, and that we're actually making sure that we don't have too much of things that will give us the symptoms. So it kind of depends on, your diet and where you're at, in that cycle of menopause, premenopause, or, postmenopause and that.
Yeah, it's early, I think, but I noticed that the soy lecithin helps with the hot flashes, and I noticed that if I did drink alcohol, that would make me, symptoms worse. So don't do that.
Right. Well, so with the soy lecithin, I would hope that you would use organic soy, because soy is one of the most heavily sprayed, with pesticide plants or foods that we have, and so that could. There could be good. It could be, two sides of the coin, or however you want to say that. So,
Okay.
so I would definitely look into making sure that your soy lecithin is hopefully organic, or at least non-GMO.
Okay, yeah, I noticed even with some of the local food stores, they don't carry the high quality
Right.
supplements.
Right. You mean with the health food stores, or just
the health food stores even are carrying things that I already know that is like not quality.
Right. You know what? I have to agree with you on that. There are lecithin is a difficult thing to get, organic or non-soy, because I use actually a sunflower lecithin, but I don't use it for the same reason that we're talking about here. And the soy lecithin may be preferable to you since it has the estrogen-like quality, so that might be something.
Okay.
But I would really be careful of the amount of pesticides, because when we get a little older, it's harder for our bodies to detox everything, and it's just we don't need those extra challenges with our health. The glyphosate that they spray on the corn and some of the other crops they're so heavily sprayed because they're bred to resist that. Pesticide, so you can spray extra on it, but it ends up in our diet, and so then our body has to deal with it. And I believe, I'm pretty sure, but I just want to say I believe, because I would have to look back and make 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that the glyphosate has been listed as a possible or probable carcinogen. And because there's so much effort to keep information like that out of the press and stuff, the fact that it's even a probable or possible carcinogen would raise huge red flags to me, because that to me feels like maybe part of the story, or we're going to admit to this much even though it's so widespread and people are having health problems and things like that. So
Okay, well, thank you so much.
you're so welcome. Thanks for calling in.
Right.
All right, bye now. Okay, so we are gonna go on, hopefully, if we can get things working right today, we're gonna launch a part 2 of our live stream video on Facebook right now. And so that should be coming up in a couple minutes. Aloha, you're on the air with Laureen.
Hi, I was just wondering, for the cancer treatment some people are doing, I heard any kind of marijuana. Doesn't have to be specific. Is that true?
Well, yeah, as far as the studies that I've looked at and all the research and stuff like that, people are definitely making the concentrate, what's called Rick Simpson oil or cannabis oil or Apache tears. It goes by all these different names, and I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah, I've seen people use pretty much any strain of cannabis and make the oil. So, I mean, I have seen that. And then there are people who are more and more focused on making a cleaner and better medicine. And so, that's definitely something to look into as well, especially if you're looking at it for cancer. I would also try, some organic cannabis, something that doesn't have the extra pesticides and things in it.
Right.
Like that would be a big deal to me if I was doing that if I was making that kind of medicine or trying to use it or make it for somebody that I love,
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling.
Bye-bye.
Bye now. Yeah, so that's an interesting topic. I am a big advocate of cannabis as a medicine, and I also kind of feel like cannabis, like recreationally, isn't so bad, with people having alcohol be legal, and also having these prescription medicines be legal, like Xanax and things that alter your mood. Cannabis, looking at all the different history, it doesn't seem like cannabis has been causing much problems. There haven't been any deaths related to cannabis or any, anything like that. And so, it seems relatively safe. It's always an interesting topic when we talk about why is cannabis not just legal? Why can't we just grow it, like a plant in our backyard? And a lot of times people who are advocates of cannabis as a medicine are also people would think, oh, well, if you're an advocate for cannabis, then you must be like a stoner or something like that, So, that's an interesting way to look at things, I guess you could say. While I was doing the 420 show, the 420 Buzz here in Lake County video show, I was a non-cannabis user. I was a advocate. I did start making the medicine, the salve that I make. I started adding the cannabis oil to it. You used some? Yeah.
Yeah, I use it on my hand.
It works so good. But yeah, so I mean, you never know, who's an advocate. I mean, look at some of the doctors out there who are the cannabis doctors who may or may not be cannabis users, and people who are advocates and outspoken, get out there and talk about it. Some people love it as a recreation, and some people just love it as a medicine. So it's kind of like you can go either way. Same thing with alcohol, even if you're not a big alcohol drinker, you might enjoy putting making a tincture with special herbs, healing herbs, like even that milk thistle we were talking about for your liver, can be put in alcohol. It's a very small amount of alcohol, and you can do that with all different kind of herbs. So that's definitely an option too. So what an interesting conversation we're having today. Yeah. So we're here in the studio live in Lake County at KPFZ. If you're watching online, it's so cool because you're here in the studio with us. We have to be on our best behavior, of course, if you're watching.
We're always on our best behavior.
Yeah, we are. Oh, no. Sometimes we can scratch our noses and stuff when people aren't looking. It makes it less, it's not like you have to worry about that kind of thing. But we are streaming live on YouTube on Allen Markowski's channel. You can look up Quantum Energy Shift and Allen Markowski on YouTube, and we're streaming live there. We're also streaming live on my Facebook page. This is so cool because this is the first day we're doing this. Yeah. Facebook just came out with this possibility, this option a few days ago, and not every page has it. But some pages have it. And so if you have it, you can stream live. Let me know so I can hop on there and check it out. That would be really cool. If you go on my Facebook page today, after facebook.com, after the / it's love.Laureen, you can watch. You can watch live. And you'll see like a bunch of different posts where we're like trying to get it going again and stuff, but we're starting to learn that here at the radio station at KPFZ, we don't have the best internet.
Yes.
Our internet is too slow, and I think that was the problem when I was streaming live on my YouTube channel, Quantum Energy Shift. I think that was the problem because it couldn't pick up a fast enough stream to keep the video going, and so it was like a choppy video. With Facebook, the process is a lot easier, but it is still kind of dropping it from time to time. So that's happening. But it's always a good time of year and a good opportunity for you to support your public radio by becoming a member of KPFZ. You can also become an underwriter. And so, with that, when we have, really good support from the community and we have money coming in and things, we can do stuff like upgrade our internet and see, because we used to be streaming on live365.com and tunein.com, so that our listeners who aren't local in Lake County used to be able to go onto kpfz.org, click a link and go to, one of the radio stations, tunein.com or live365.com, I think it was called. But anyway, so we were streaming live all over the world. And as of February 1st, that is not happening anymore. So our audience just went from worldwide down to, Lake County, and not even all of Lake County, because I know people in Lake County that would go on the live stream, Live 365 audio stream and listen to the radio station online, because they just can't pick it up at their location because we have so many mountains and trees and everything. So Allen and I had already been working on streaming live video from the radio station, because that's what we do. We do video, and that's our thing. So we were working on the Quantum Energy Shift YouTube channel, and it was just like really frustrating because it wasn't working great. Now we have the Facebook option, which is like it's going for a while and then it's dropping, then it's going again. So I think, we're kind of starting to narrow down what the problems are. And if KPFZ can't, afford to upgrade the internet speed, then maybe a small group of us should get together, Alan, and make like a specific donation. I don't know if we could do that, but, to be able to help as many people as possible, we got to get out there in front of as many people as possible and give them the opportunity to ask their questions and and get some free love and some free, some free help, because we're all here. We've all got to help each other out. That's what I'm here for. You're good at video. I'm good at video too. I'll help people do their live streams and their videos, but I also like to help people with their health questions. Oh yeah, so that looks cool. Alan has us on YouTube live stream. And you can't even see my face, Alan. That's a good thing. And the phone number to call in is 707-263-3435. You can be live on the radio with us right now if you want to call in on that number and ask your questions, or you can just watch us and learn some new stuff. Or you can type your questions in on my Facebook page, which is love.Laureen after the / You type your questions in there. And it's kind of cool because the questions that I've got so far, I've been able to actually read them, answer them, and handle like that multitasking like we were talking about earlier. So that's really cool. That makes me happy. Yeah, type in your questions or give us a call, 707-263-3435. We want to talk to you about your health and your energy. I've got some cool emails and some cool information recently, contacts with people who have really neat things going on energetically. And we've been talking a lot about energy healing and quantum healing and energy work and manifesting good health, like law of attraction type stuff and all of these things. These are really, really great topics. And, at my medical school and with a lot of the more alternative healing practices, the role of your energy is really prominent, and it is not left out. But in the more modern type of medicine, allopathic medicine or whatever you want to call it, it's like your consciousness and your thoughts and your energy are just kind of completely left out of the entire picture. So meditation is a really awesome thing that can be really helpful. And I know, sometimes we get a little frustrated or confused or lose our enthusiasm about meditation because it's like, am I doing it right? How am I supposed to do it? Or maybe this isn't working or I'm not doing it right or whatever. So, one of the great benefits of doing meditation to start to balance out your energy and to start working with your physical body energetically is to do a meditation and to just basically calm your mind and calm your thinking. And a lot of times what happens, especially when you're just getting started, your mind will wander and you'll start thinking about whatever. As soon as you realize you're doing that, just come back to paying attention to your breathing, or maybe you want to look at, a beautiful flower or a flame, or something that helps you concentrate. And so your mind's going to wander. It happens, and then you just come right back with your thought, your concentration, and just kind of let those thoughts kind of float around out above, up there, out in the ethers. Aloha, you're on with Laureen.
Aloha, Laureen. This is Brian.
Hi, Brian. How are you today?
I am good. I
Good.
think that's a great idea that if we have to, we can go, if it's allowed, and, get a streaming, party or whatever to get the funds necessary to keep this going. I think that's wonderful. And I'll be one of the first people in line to help you with that.
Nice. Awesome.
Just let me know.
Okay.
We'll stay in contact.
Well, more and more people are starting to stream their shows live from the station here. Many people with Allen's assistance and with my help, just basic instruction. This is how I did it, and so the better the stream is, the more people we can start, the more shows we can start broadcasting with that confidence that it's going to be something quality that can go out to the people in the world and hopefully not only help them, individually, but also help our programmers who have, these really unique and brave, if you will, type of messages, really get out there to a larger audience. And so it was really kind of disappointing when, when our live stream for just the audio, the ability to be able to listen to KPFZ on the internet, when we lost that at the beginning of this month, that was pretty disappointing because your audience, especially if you have people listening and participating from all over the world like I do, it just drastically and immediately reduces your audience, which, you're not just getting out to help more people, so.
Like
I do.
Blair, wasn't it, that we had call in from New Zealand?
Blair calls in from New Zealand. I have people listening in different
Right.
states and different countries and calling in and writing in, but I can still do that with the kind of crazy choppy stream that I have going on either on YouTube or on Facebook now, that they finally opened up this possibility in the last couple of days on Facebook. But if our internet here is weak and we're going to keep dropping the connection, it's hard to get people to have that enthusiasm to keep coming back and to get brave. Maybe you're going to listen 3 or 4 times before you ask your question, or
Right.
So.
Well, I think it's a challenge for the station and for us, and then I figure if we need to, the station will do what it can, and then we'll have people that's able, and we can maybe try to get an upgrade. And I think that challenge is doable, and we'll be able to accomplish that, I think.
It's not that
And so-
expensive, Brian. It's just
Okay.
it's just a little bit more a month than what you're already paying, because I have that at my house
High
because I do
stream,
video
High speed.
streaming, and I do a lot of video stuff, at my house. So I have an upgraded version there so that I can interact with people like on Skype if I need to, or watch my any kind of lectures that are going to come online for school. So, and I know it's just a certain amount of money per month more.
Yeah.
Well, that's encouraging. So to me, it's almost a done deal. It's just a matter of, all right, so the check's in the mail, so I figured
Right. Well,
that
we want
one will be.
Yeah, we'll have to approach the board.
Yeah, we'll
and
have to
says,
get it okayed and
yeah.
then just pay, basically. Yeah.
Okay, well, we
Hopefully
can get
that'll
that done.
work. Nice.
And, talking about the meditation, I was also thinking, it just reminded me, next month that we have that holistic free clinic there at the Bikram Yoga in Lower Lake. That's going to be March the 13th, Sunday.
Yeah.
And it's a little early, but I just wanted to figure whoever's listening, they could, start making plans for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we
And-
should talk about it every week because last clinic was really good. We had a lot of great folks come in and get healing. We had some really great healers on site. We had a great group. We had an awesome potluck.
It was on Valentine's Day.
It was. That was really sweet.
And talking about free love, that was free love.
Right? Exactly.
Is it the 60s again? I don't know. I missed them.
Right. Well, I've been volunteering there now for several months, so that's one Sunday a month, and so folks can come in and talk to me in person, which is so awesome because it's also a public service, a community service. You can make a free appointment. If you don't make an appointment before the clinic, you can even walk in. And we try to see everyone. You can get massages, you can get energy work, you can get Reiki, you can get, personal appointment with me to just work on your health or your energy, whatever's on your mind. So that's like a pretty broad topics there that you can come in and get some help with that.
Right. Mm-hmm. And my last comment or question is it's a little off topic, but do you have any information about the Love Farm? Are they back?
The Love Farm is back with their beautiful, awesome, and delicious veggies, and they are on Scotts Valley Road in Lakeport. And when you go down Scotts Valley Road from the freeway, or say from Safeway, and you cross the freeway, you go Scotts Valley Road that way, you take the really sharp bend to the right, and their property is like the second or third on the left, and you can see it says Love Farms. And they're, they've just got the best of the best of the best. And they're open on Wednesdays. I'm not exactly sure what time they open, but I'm thinking that their hours are like 10 to 6 or something like that. So they have it like a big window there. And I mean, a couple weeks ago they had like the multicolored cauliflower, which I fell in love with last year. They had kohlrabi, which I tried for the first time last year. They just have all kinds of great stuff there, Brian.
They sure do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks for the info, because I was wondering, and I figure it almost feels like spring, but I know it's not.
No, they're doing their winter veggies now, and it's just
right.
It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, so we should start going and visiting them again.
Yes, and just one more comment before I go. Mm-hmm. It's a full moon, so just everybody enjoy the full moon energy tonight.
Yay! Thank you so much, Brian. All right. Thanks for your call. Aloha.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Aloha, you're on the air. Are you there?
I'm here.
Ooh, la, 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 la. Well, you can call us back. There's still a couple of precious moments left, and you can go ahead and give us a call back if you like. Thanks. So I'm Laureen Lee. I'm a holistic health practitioner with my bachelor's degree from Quantum University in holistic health, and I'm continuing my education there to earn my master's degree and my PhD in natural medicine. And I'm also a student at Resonance Academy, just kind of strengthening my education in quantum physics. And I also graduated last year from integrative nutrition. So I have just a whole other giant, great background in integrative nutrition. And as always, I'm here on Mondays from 5 to 6 p.m. Happy to take your health and energy questions. You can always call into the station 707-263-3435. We are at KPFZ in Lakeport, 88.1 FM. And you can watch us in the studio live now on Facebook at my Facebook page. It's facebook.com/love, L-O-V-E .Laureen, Laureen. And then like the current post should be a live stream that you can just click play and watch us live. So that's cool. We are also on YouTube at Quantum Energy Shift YouTube channel, and also on Allen Markowski's personal YouTube page. Aloha, you're on with Laureen.
Laureen?
You know what? We have caller ID, and you're gonna make me freak out. This is my sister Cheryl. You guys from Are you in Florida now, sis? Or are you in Massachusetts?
No, I'm in Boston.
You're in Boston. I love you. Are you seeing us on Facebook? You must be seeing it, because otherwise, how could you call? I'm so excited. This is so awesome.
Do, and I'm like, I am going to call my sister right now.
Well, we're off the air here in like 5 more seconds. Can you? Oh, actually, you can just stay on. I'll put you on hold, and then that way, if you have any health questions, I can answer them, or we can just say hi.
Okay.
Okay. I love you so much. Hey, everyone, thank you so much for listening, for calling in and getting your health and energy questions answered for yourself or your friends or family. We'll be back again on Monday. We hope you tune in. Aloha and love light.